be talking to Noel Allen, who's part of Cosmic Love, which is on Prime Video. How's it going?
I'm doing good. How you doing today?
Good. Obviously, for those who have not watched the show yet, give me a little preface as to what the show's about and what's your role.
I'm Noel Allen. I'm the water element, and the Cosmic Love is about an astrology-based dating show. So we use our astrological signs and birth charts in order to match with singles, date, mingle, and see who's our perfect match.
How did you get involved?
I got involved. They found me basically on, I guess, a casting because I had a couple shows reach out to me. I know the reality TV show now that their community is very small. So since their community is small, you get reached out from one, a couple more might reach out to you as well. So when this offer came around, I was more interested than others.
Okay, so when you say casting, we're like acting wise or like type of traits like I'm 6'3" type like.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I have no idea whatsoever. They just found me on Instagram. I just got a message say, "Hey, do you want to be on the show?" I'm like, "How do they find me?" And then after I turned one down, I got another one. I'm like, "What is going on?" Is my name on a list or something? But yeah, I actually have no idea how that works.
Okay, and now were you prepared to be on TV to go through the whole reality phase? Or you've seen enough shows, I guess, to know how these things play out.
No, I never watched reality TV. I'm not
Ah,
gonna lie. The only times I got offered, like the only shows I've seen is the ones I got offered for, and I've seen like the first and the middle episode, and I was just like, I don't know if this is for me. But this one was just so unique and different compared to the stuff I've seen before. Like it was really supposed to be based off of like love and everything else.
so obviously when you had that first meeting with the producers and executives, and I'm sure they're getting very intrusive. Like, are you dating anybody? Like, what's going on? What's your love life like? If we're gonna put you on, is anyone gonna call you out? If you're lying on screen.
Oh no, for sure. They definitely went through the process of really interviewing me, asking me about my past, about what I'm doing now, what I want for the future. So they went through everything I need to go through in order to be on TV.
Mhm. And prior to this, what's your background with astrology? Are you that type of guy that's like reading every day what your horoscope is all about? Like
No,
meant for you, like this is my sign, and you look, if you read enough, you start believing some of those things that your
yeah.
sign is all about.
Honestly, no. I was never the type of person to look at astrology and be super interested into it. My mom is a big astrology buff in her own way, I like to say, because she goes off like experiences she had in life and experiences she sees around her. Like if a Virgo and a Pisces are together, oh, they work the perfect couple because they always work so well together. And like she has friends who are Virgos and Pisces and they're like happily married and things like that. So she goes off like her own personal experience. And she used to always tell me all the time, "You need to be with a Virgo. You need to be with a Virgo." I'm just like, "Okay, mom, whatever."
So what's the water element? What does that mean?
So there's three elements. Sorry, there's four elements. Earth, air. I'll say one like this avatar. Earth, air, water, and fire. Phoebe's the fire element, so she is a Leo. Connor is a Gemini, so he's the air element, and Maria is a Capricorn, so she is the air. She is the earth element.
Mhm. And so I guess when you're doing this, how much of you are we getting? All of you when we're seeing this unfold? Like obviously your friends know your background, they know your personality, or are we getting something different when we're watching it on screen?
No, you're actually getting all of me. Like all of us were extremely vulnerable at certain points. Like you honestly don't realize the camera is there. I know my aunt sent me a scene from the show, and I was like, "Did you really just say that?" I was like, "Ooh." I low key forgot the camera was on at that point in time. So it was all Well, it was all very unique, but also very genuine. Everyone basically opened up and was extremely vulnerable with each other, and we all had each other's backs.
Mhm. Now, does it get a little bit intimidating knowing that you have to be careful what you say because there's certain things you don't want to illustrate? You don't want to put it all out there as far as who you are. You want to save a little bit of yourself.
Well, yeah, because I feel like people are different depending on their situations and where they're at in the world and in life. For me, I was very blunt and honest because I am just a naturally blunt and honest person. Like what you saw is who I am. And I felt more the aspect of, if you're going to do something like this, or if you're going to show the world if you're going to show the world who you are, you might as well be genuine and really be yourself, because people are going to love you or hate you regardless of what you do. So there's no point of hiding who you are. And it took me a very, very long time in order to build myself up to the point where I have no fear of being myself, because I know I'm the man I want to be. And I'm working on becoming better every single day and always continue to push myself to be better.
Mhm. Now, throughout the show, are you discussing what happened, like why you on the show, why you're looking for love, as opposed to what didn't work in your previous times?
On the show, it was more about building connections. I felt like I was just, of course, the past comes up, so any questions about the past, I always answered. But what it really felt like is really getting to know people, really trying to listen to astrology and not go off what I would normally do, but see what the stars has to say and how I should move and how I should talk and how I should pursue these women. Because honestly, like I said, I'm not really a big believer in astrology at first, but after the show and having all these experiences, I became a true believer, because there's certain aspects and like about myself and certain things about me that they should not know. So basically, there's certain things that there's no way they would have known unless they were me. Like the way I think, the way I feel. I'm like, how do you know this? And it was so mind blowing and so eye opening to see astrology work in real time.
Now, have you been able to apply that to the rest of your life, or whatever, for everything else you do? Like, are you like a whole new person now that you've discovered astrology and how it works in different factors?
Um, Honestly, I feel like I'm still the same old person, still trying to push forward to better. Astrology did in the, is can you guys hear me? Because this concept was unstable. All right. So astrology, so I feel like I'm still the same person. I actually do believe in astrology now, but I feel it's like low-key a cheat code, and I like to be spontaneous in my life and not know the blueprints of what's going to happen next or the people I'm engaging with, unless it led to a point where like, maybe I should look up her chart or look up their chart, depending on what the situation is. But for the most part, I like to just continue to get to know people as is and who they are, because I know sometimes you'll look into someone's chart or look into their astrological sign and be like, oh, they're like this because of that and this like that. And I feel that's not really giving them a fair chance to show them who they really are to you.
How much more? How many episodes is the show?
10 episodes.
And for those who are hopefully going to start watching it, is it airing weekly? Is it all at once?
It's all at once. You can binge it all night if you wanted to.
So where are we now in your life? Like, what's happening now? Now that people say over the weekend, so where are we now with you?
Honestly, still the same. Trying to motivate my clients to be better every day, motivate myself to be better. I've watched, I'm not gonna lie, I only watched like 3 episodes so far. I'm just like, oh, I need to fix this, I need to fix that. Because I'm like, oh, I like to work on that. I like to work on this. So that's where I'm at right now. Just trying to continue to self-improve and just continue to motivate, help the people around me.
And before I let you go, obviously there's a lot of programs on TV right now, streaming, regular network, cable. You know, it's a battle to get an audience. What's a good reason for people to start watching Cosmic Love?
Oh, perfect. When you learn so much about yourself, it's a beautiful, amazing journey for all 4 of the elements. You really get to fall for them as people and individuals and see their journey to find love. Like, I know there's a lot of shows like that out on TV when it comes down to love, but not with the astrology aspect, where you can find out how they're feeling, how they're thinking without them even saying it, because the Astro Chamber was legitimately on point when it came down to those type of things.
Well, Neil, it's been a pleasure speaking with you. Let's hope people talk about this show. Let's see what happens with you next. And I'm sure down the road we'll talk on some other show.
We'll see. Sounds like a plan. Thank you.
All right. Take care.